What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga career mode. It's episode number 45. Lots to get through today as we wrap up the Champions League phase and more games in the Bundesliga as we aim to stay top of the table. Before we do that, with the January window opening in a week's time, I'm making my decision. I'm doing it right now. We're not bringing Stegen back. He's still Chelsea's number one, and if he came here, he'd be a cup and European goalkeeper as we keep facing with Nicholas, going for his fourth golden glove in a row at a contract coming the end of the season. I've made my decision. I'm sticking with Nicholas for the rest of the season and the rest of the season. So he and Robin Hack, both out of contract to come the end of the season, are going to get new deals to start today's episode off. We're running it back for our final year and keeping the band together. Why is Van not back, by the way? We've just entered 2029. He was supposed to be back on the first from his loan spell, and he's still at Bournemouth. Paul does not want to return to Borussia Park, and I do not know why. That's annoying as well, because I'd like him back for the final few months of the save, but I guess he wants to stay there. I guess we could recall him, but we'll see. Anyway, let's jump into our first game today. It is Augsburg. We've got them twice in today's episode. Malik is back in training. Johansson's back from his injury. Mönchengladbach are back to form, and let's hope it all continues today. First of multiple today, Augsburg at home is going to extend our lead at the top of the table. Come on, Mönchengladbach. I think today's episode is going to be the one where we will know whether we've got a shot at a treble or not based on how we get on. If we finish in the top 8 in those final 2 Champions League games, we need to win at least one of them, possibly both, and stay top of the table, then yeah, I'll start believing that treble is definitely a realistic shout this year. Man at the far post all alone, Dio, you're going to miss. All alone, right back in no man's land, easy finish for Asane, Mönchengladbach in front. Yep, today's episode is the one where we'll know. Strickens to Stiller. And Sevald in for Florentino. Back to Angelo. Brilliant ball. Kleindenst onside too. Great ball by Angelo Stiller. His passes are so accurate. And a lot of people draw comparisons between him and Toni Kroos. I see why. And I see why when using him too. That's Sevald with him. And Strickens opts not to go for Kleindenst. And instead scored away. Look at the space open. They're so worried about Kleindenst, they're allowing strikers to go all the way through. That's taking man marking to a new level. They just stuck with him and said, I'd rather you go all the way for a one-on-one than offload it to Tim. That's how good he is. 3-0 Mönchengladbach. Look at this on the replay. That defender is like, I'm not leaving Tim. I would literally rather you go all the way for a finish than me leave my assignment. That is so funny, man. Defensive positioning at times is just utterly bizarre. And don't get me wrong, this is an out-of-form Augsburg side. We're an in-form Mönchengladbach team. We're at home, I get it, but that is terrible defending in a terrible first half. 2 to go before the break. Mario's got a quick fire brace. Mönchengladbach are absolutely flying. Perfect way to start today's episode off. I said we'll know come the end of it if we are good enough to win a treble. Well, based on the first game today, that's definitely the case. All 4 goals coming in the first half. Massive win, and exactly what we need as we keep Bayern at bay and aim to make sure that stays that way for the entire campaign. Right, let's move straight into the following game in midweek. Frankfurt heading into this one again, top of the table, and we know if we win every game from here, we will definitely be Bundesliga champions again. Easier said than done, but based on that performance, we'll take some stopping. Next up, Frankfurt. Oh, and now Vanner is back, by the way, so I got him on the bench for this game. It always, you might notice that when a player goes out on loan, it always says they'll return on the 1st if it's a January loan, but they don't always return on the 1st. In the summer, they'll come back on the 1st, or sometimes the 2nd if the game glitched a little bit. But in January, it will say, oh, they're back on the 1st of January of this year, but actually, they come back on the day when they got loaned out 2 years ago. So Vanner wasn't loaned out on the 1st of January 2 years ago, so he didn't come back on the 1st of Jan this year, even though that's what it said in the squad hub. So yeah, if you're wondering where that player is, I didn't know that until just now, but yeah, it's basically going to be the day they got loaned out 2 years ago, the day they'll return 2 years into the future. That makes sense. Anyway, big game here. Away to Deutsche Bank Pro Arena as Nicholas makes a smart save. Still 0-0, 12 minutes in. Frankfurt off to a good start here. Zuni trying to get through, does, shoot, scores, and Frankfurt lead 33 minutes in. Not much Nicholas could do about that. Just a great crisp strike at the near post. And the hosts are in front. Well, still we've been in good form. We haven't really. I mean, we might have won 3 straight now, but worth considering during this run we've had losses to Lille and Stuttgart and possibly now Frankfurt as well. We might still be top coming the end of the game, but these kind of slip-ups here and there are not going to get us to where we want to get to. This is going to be our 4th league loss of the season already. And some what a ball, Florentino. Some teams don't lose 4 games in the entire season as Dayao Dayune tried to sneak in into the near post and Frankfurt get it away. The only reason we're top is because Bayern have been slipping up as well. But we know they go on those famous runs at times. We can't afford another loss already so early in the campaign. 22 minutes to battle back and claim a point. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We have just slipped up too many times already this season. We're dropping a 2nd in the table. Another defeat, 4 in the league already. It's just not going to cut it. And I dream of winning the treble, but the truth of the matter is we'll be lucky to retain the Bundesliga. It's just been stop-start this season, and that is not going to cut it when Bayern are around. Right, let's just move straight past it, man. Like we said in the last episode, when you've had a slip-up, you've got to move straight on to the next one, and that's what we'll do. Next up, Augsburg away from home. Literally just thrashed them 4-0 at Borussia Park, but on the back of this 1-0 loss away in Frankfurt, I anticipate this will be a much tougher game if we are to get back to winning ways. Augsburg away next up. Such a disappointing defeat, man, honestly. And don't get me wrong, Frankfurt away, tough game, but we just never looked like levelling once we went behind. And that's why it's disappointing, because in Season 1, Season 2, we were the comeback kids. We liked being a goal behind. We fell behind, we said, right, our time to shine. Element of surprise, let's get back in it. But we didn't like having any chance of scoring in that second half. And that's the kind of resilience you need to show if you want to win a trophy, let alone 3. But the resilience also means bouncing back in the following game after a loss. Perfect start here, 1-0 up 24 minutes in. Cannot afford to slip up again, man, honestly, as Augsburg find their leveller. We've got Atletico away in the week in the penultimate game of the league phase. We might need to win that one with Porto on match day 8 to stop going out of the top 8. But this is pathetic, honestly. How on earth are we going to win a treble like this? Oh no. Oh no, I don't know what happened there. Boy, why didn't he make a tackle? What on earth just happened there? The ball was right next to him and he just walked away from it. I thought he had possession, so I started turning. He forgot to take the ball with him. That is just embarrassing, man. And I hate these POV replays. What on earth just happened there? Augsburg have gone from a goal down to 2-1 up in 11 minutes. I can't believe I've thrown this, man. And it's going to be our 5th league loss of the season already. Bayern Munich haven't won a title for 2 years. I think they'll be winning it this year. Based on this, we'll be lucky to make top 4. That might be the worst loss of the save, you know. Not because of the scoreline, but the manner of how we lost that. Might have only been up by a goal. We were in complete control, and then in 11 minutes, gifted Augsburg 2 goals as they come away with a win, and it's back-to-back defeats for the first time all season long. Bayern Munich watching that and thinking, how on earth did these guys win the championship last season? Absolutely pathetic. And not the kind of performance I wanted going into this. One of the biggest games of the season so far. Penultimate one of the league phase in the Champions League. On the back of a loss to Lille on match day 5 and Man City on match day 4. If we lose for the 3rd straight in Europe, we'll drop out of the top 8 and we'll have to beat Porto in the final game to have any chance of a top 8 finish. It's now or never, and we've got to put it out here. Atletico away in Madrid, our following game, on the back of embarrassing defeats in the league. Come on, Mönchengladbach, let's sort it out tonight. I love it, though. I love it. Pressure's on. Pressure's on, man. The thing is, like, I know, like, it's annoying at times when you're struggling, of course, because everyone wants to be successful, right? But these are the moments of growth, right? And the tests of character. It just makes it more fun. To me, like, career mode is at its most enjoyable when you do have your back to the wall. You know, you do feel under pressure. You do feel like you're starting to let things slip a little bit because you know... Oh, a strike and smacks one off the woodwork in the first 9 minutes. It's what's on you now. Like, it's what's on you. You've got to put it out. You've got to get it right. You've got to be at your best. And it brings out the best in you. It's fun. I like the challenge. Ball is going to be won back by Stegen and flicked in. And Kleindenst, great control, great finish. In on a half volley, Mönchengladbach up inside the first 14 minutes. Flex on a big man, perfect start. Everyone says it, and it's completely true. You find out more about who you are as a person when you're faced with adversity, because everyone can sing when they're winning. Everyone can start chirping when things are going well. It's easy, you know, but when you're struggling, when you're in the thick of it, when you're really, really, really finding it hard to keep things together, that's when you find out what you're made of, man. That's when you find out what your character is able to handle. Just about to enter the break, and can we go 2-0 up as well? Buadui, brilliant goal! Brilliant goal! And the perfect way to enter the dressing room. Buadui smacks one in. Mönchengladbach 2 up in Madrid. Let's keep a clean sheet. Yes, Nathaniel Brown well in. And an almost flawless display in the Spanish capital tonight sees us leave with the 3 points, and that is how you get back up on the back of terrible back-to-back losses. 3 points in a high-pressure, must-win game on match day 7, meaning going into the final league phase game at home to Porto, a win in that one will lock up a top 8 finish. A rocky run from Mönchengladbach, but hopefully this will put us back on track. Right, following game, back to Borussia Park and back to Mainz in the Bundesliga. Bayer Leverkusen coming here as well. I think we've got their number now, to be honest. We've beaten them quite a lot in the league over the past couple of years and knocked them out of the cup early this year too. Now let's get a big win here, a big 3 points, and try and keep pace with the league leaders, Bayern Munich. Leverkusen at Borussia Park next up. 5 losses in 18 league games. That's almost a third of our league games ending in defeat already. Well, that's embarrassing. And that's why Bayern, you can see in the top left, are currently 2 clear. Oh, just waiting for the perfect moment to offload for Kleindenst. And that's what I don't think we can afford to lose again between now and the end of the season. 16 games remaining. We lost 5 in 18. We can't lose again, I don't think. When you think about some of those losses as well, I mean, off the crossbar from Florian Wirtz, Bayern away at the Allianz. Yeah, I don't mind too much about that. That was probably going to happen anyway. And even Frankfurt away recently, I'm not too mad about, but Augsburg, Stuttgart at home, Hamburg at home. I mean, come on, we've got to do better than that. Oh, great save by Bayern. No. If we are to leapfrog Bayern and stop them getting back on the throne in the final season of the save out, corner, headed over the bar by Big Tim. Great start here. Yeah, I think we've got Leverkusen's number now. I don't think I'm being arrogant saying it either. I think now every time we face them, we feel quite confident we'll beat them. We've had Leipzig's number for a couple of years. Oh, a little bit lucky, we'll take it. 2 men in the middle, but he's the one I want. Tim Kleindenst with the second. I'd say we've probably got Dortmund's number as well. And I'll say Leverkusen's now too. We'll never have Bayern's number, but I don't mind as long as we finish above them. Stegen's on control. And Kleindenst chasing a first half hat-trick. Well, he might not get it, but have a first half hat-trick of assists. Is Jamie can finish this with a weaker left foot? No. Bends it off target, and it remains at 2-0. But this is what I mean. We could be 3-4 goals up heading to the break. Why can't we do this more consistently? If we could, I have no doubt we would retain that championship and have a shot at the treble. That's been our big problem this season. Not that we can't play like this, that we're just not playing like it consistently. That's more like it. That's more like it. Back on track, I'd say. 2-0 win over Leverkusen. And whilst I saw post-game that Bayern thrashed Mainz to keep the gap at 2 and extend the goal difference swing as well, all we can do is control what we can control. We've put ourselves in this position. It's on us to get ourselves out of it. Right, following game, let's do 2 more games today. Match day 7 of the Champions League phase. So match day 8, sorry, and the final one of the league phase, where on the back of the win on match day 7, a win against Porto will guarantee a top 8 finish, and a point will probably do it as well. Let's not drop the ball in the final game of the league phase and avoid those playoffs. Go on, Mönchengladbach. So I'm not taking any chances tonight. I have a really strong lineup for this one as well. Even though a point probably be enough. I'm not leaving that to chance, man. I'm making sure our strongest team, or one of our strongest teams, is out there. We can get those 3 points. Kleindenst. And make sure it's wrapped up, guaranteed. 9 minutes in, perfect start. Big game on the weekend against Mainz, but going into that on the back of 3 straight wins and clean sheets, yeah, we'll be feeling a lot more confident of possibly going back to top of the table. I must say this has been a bit of a rubbish game, but as we approach the hour mark, still leading by 1. I'll take a 1-0 all the way to winning a Champions League if it came to that. I'll do a Greece 2004 and I won't mind one bit if it means we get our hands on it come the end of the season. We might be able to get a second goal here, and that'll wrap it up. Robin Hack off the bench, takes his time. Wonderful goal. Great dribbling by the man we gave the new contract to at the start of the episode, and that is that. His first of the year, locks it up, put us in the last 16. We'll bypass the playoffs. We've done our job tonight. Nathaniel Brown's just gone down. I didn't see that. But Nathaniel went up for a header and stayed down. And I think it'll probably just be a bruise, but that is the only negative to what's otherwise been a comfortable win for tonight's game. And hopefully not a long-term injury there for Brown. So much better than Klein. But he always gets an injury at some point during the season. As Vanna, back from his loan spell, wraps it up in an otherwise brilliant, perfect performance tonight at Borussia Park. We might have only needed a point, but the win locks it up no matter what. Mönchengladbach will bypass the playoffs and finish in the top 8. 3 straight clean sheets, 3 straight wins. I don't want to jinx it, but maybe Mönchengladbach are back to their best. And yep, just a bruise for Nathaniel Brown, as we expected. Right, let's move into our final game of today's episode. Then he'll be out for this one, but hopefully we'll be okay without him. It is Mainz at home. We're heading into this, still 2 points behind Bayern. Only way we can end the episode leading the league is if a win here and a slip up for Bayern. So let's make sure we get the job done and make it 4 wins on the trot as we aim to get back to form. Final game, Mainz at Borussia Park. Go on, Mönchengladbach. I think sometimes like fatigue definitely does play a part, like trophy fatigue, if you will. Over a time, you kind of just expect it, and it becomes a little bit, I don't know, harder to replicate the intensity you were once playing at. You know, everyone always says that the hardest is always the first to get, and the first to get is always the hardest, I should say. And sometimes when you've won so many, it's like the fatigue kind of kicks in a little bit, and. Yes, perfect start here. We haven't got that excuse, we haven't got that excuse. We've only won 2 in the same, and they both came last season, so I can't use that excuse, man. We still need to be as hungry as we were last season to pick up those trophies. Dayoune with the perfect start, and this is more like it. It's been a stop-start kind of season, but 4 wins in a row in all competitions, that's what we need to close the episode out. That's why I find Dynasty is just so impressive. Oh, what a goal that is. Chipped in, and Mainz have the level. Like, to win 1 is so difficult. To win 2, to win 3, to win 4, and to give it the same level intensity when you've already got the catalogue backed up. I mean, that is so difficult, both mentally and physically. So any team that becomes a dynasty should never be taken for granted. It's such a difficult thing to do. So second half underway. We're still tied at 1-1, courtesy of that wonderful Jaden Dan's flick. And starting to get frustrated now, because these are the games, man. I'll say it all the time. I do not care one bit if we lose to Bayern Munich, but how are you not going to beat Mainz at home? You think Bayern are going to draw with Mainz at home? Come on now. These are the games. Anything other than a win, simply put, unacceptable. What a save by Samba. 7 after restart. I feel confident getting another goal, but the longer it goes on without it, the more I start to worry. Come on, still feel confident, but... Yo, no, he put it wide. Timmy boy, I thought for sure that was sneaking in. Just wide of the post, half an hour to go. And if we drop these 2 points in this game, I might as well say to Bayern Munich, listen, I'll mail you the trophy, FedEx it, because there is no way we're going to be keeping hold of it in our cabinet for the following season. This is embarrassing. Come on, this is Mainz at home. All due respect, this is a banker and a chance to improve your goal difference. We're still tied out there. Oh, Samba with a save, come on! Tell you what, it's been a long time since I scored a late winning goal as well. When was the last time you saw me score a goal in like the final 2 minutes to win a game? Well, it might have been the final 2 minutes, but it feels like it. Pressure on, pressure, what pressure? Tim Kleinen's missed a couple of easier chances, finishes that one, Mönchengladbach in front. Left it late, but got there in the end. Once again, Big Tim to Mönchengladbach's rescue. Not for the first time in this save, and probably not for the last as well, as we do make it 4 wins in a row in all competition, and end the episode in our best run of form in a while. But that'll do it for today's episode of the Bundesliga Career, guys. Big favour, wish you enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. So you all have a fantastic day. I'll return next episode very soon with more big games in the league, aiming to keep pace with Bayern, 2 points behind them, and the DFB Pokal quarterfinal against Stuttgart, as we aim to keep our treble dreams alive. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for next episode very soon.